Hey guys, it's Shon. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hi, welcome to my podcast. It's Not So Average with Shon Wilson, where I give you my take on, well, everything. I'm doing this just for fun, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Today I talk about my struggles with figuring out whether or not I was on the right track. Hey, so I am doing something different today, something that I never do, and I am going to tape a second episode for this week. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Shon Wilson. I am an actress in Los Angeles. I started this podcast, Not So Average, actually a few months ago. I started recording it before I started releasing it, and my goal with the podcast is just to talk about stuff, right? And as I was planning the trailer, it occurred to me that if I talk about my life as an actor, it might encourage other people to pursue their own dreams. But what I found that I felt today, upon the release of episode 3, is I felt that it was just too actor heavy. I felt like my example was so actor specific, and I had the concern that it is not reaching the hearts, the spirits, the minds even of people who don't identify as actors or even artists. And that saddened me and frustrated me and made me want to just do another one. I wanted to give you another episode to talk about something that can reach you in a way that says to you, hey, go after that dream. So here goes. I want to talk to you guys this afternoon about the myth of the right track. And I call it a myth because of a struggle that I had with it. Let me share that struggle with you. Before I do that, though, let me just say a couple of things. The first is, if you want to see me act, because I am an actress here in Hollywood, as I said before, I have included a clip of myself in one of my previous projects at the end of this video, so please feel free to check that out. Also, please know that there are going to be links at the bottom of this video to books and other resources to help support you with what we're talking about today. And again, today I'm going to talk about discovering the right track. Or if there even is such a thing. In fact, I want to know, do you think there's such a thing as a right track? Did you always know what it was that you dreamed of doing? Or are you one of those people that had to figure it out over time? Put it in the comments. Let me know. Be like, yeah, Shon, I always knew what I wanted to do. And then tell me what that thing was. Or, man, I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know if I want to be a rapper or a sous chef. Like, put it in the comments. Let me know. Let me tell you how it went down for me. So I've always been an artist. I've always been many kinds of artists. And I made my career as a professional actor starting in 1996 when I graduated from college. I was lucky enough to get a job right away. And I worked in my hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina for many years before I moved to LA. But when I moved to LA, the doors didn't open for me the way I was used to them opening, and people were not impressed by me. And I mean, how could they be, right? They work with the biggest stars on the planet, and I was brand new to them, but I didn't know to think that way. I didn't know to consider myself less than. Still kind of don't. But my point is this: because it took a long time for even the slightest door to give me even a little bit of a crack open, I started to wonder if I was doing the right thing with my life. And this is a little bit crazy because I had already done it professionally for 15 years. And before that, for 4 years in college successfully. And before that was always some kind of an artist. But the path seeming to be blocked kept me from knowing in my gut that I was on the right track. And so I started to question, and I started to wonder, and I started to doubt, and I started to cry, and I started to be angry. And it was terrible. It was, I'm saying it with a smile. I'm sure some therapist out there is like, girl, are you in touch with your emotions? Yes, I am. Don't ask me again. But anyway, so what I found though, after having literally years of struggling with that question, sometimes wondering, am I good? But I already knew before I came that I was, but what I was experiencing made me doubt. And making me doubt made me seek. And making me seek made me listen to what was coming to me from the outside, as opposed to listening to what was going on inside of me only. And sometimes we have this idea of the right track because of whatever belief system we are raised with. Sometimes you'll hear people talk about, what's God's will or what the universe wants for me or whatever the phraseology of your belief system is. And what that does is it has us looking for the answers from outside of ourselves, whether it's in the deity that we believe in, or it's our family members or a teacher. I personally was always susceptible to whatever my teachers said. If there was a teacher that thought I was good at something, I believed them. If there was a teacher that thought I wasn't good at that same thing, I believed them too. And, that's crazy making, right? And then I remembered, after several years of that struggle here in LA, of whether or not I was doing the right thing with my life, I started to listen to some teachers that had nothing to do with the art at all. Spiritual teachers. And life coach kind of people. I don't know how they classify themselves. All I know is I do love to learn and I love to listen. And I would listen to these people, and I started focusing on my spiritual side, and I started focusing on myself as a person. And one of the messages that kept coming to me was that choice creates. Sometimes we're afraid of making the wrong choice. I know I am terrified usually of making the wrong choice. And I started to discover that there's no such thing as the wrong choice. Like, every choice we make creates a set of circumstances, which then leads to new choices. And so the whole time we're constantly just building our lives, building our lives. And so when it comes down to the decision of what to do with your life, here's what I came away with and why I am still an actor right now, even though it was such a struggle for a while here in Los Angeles. As long as it's something that I'm excited about doing, it's the right track. And when it no longer feels right, when it no longer serves my heart, or is fun, or is exciting, gets me like jazzed up. Did I say jazzed up? God, I'm such an embarrassment to myself sometimes with these things that I say on these tapes. But if it doesn't have me wanting to get up and go and do things in the morning, then that's the wrong track, even if I happen to be talented at it. But if it's something that is it's got me on fire, a lot of times those are things that I don't necessarily have a track record at yet. And I'm having to learn because I love to learn, right? So that's my takeaway. That's what I think is the right track. The thing that excites you, the thing that you want to do. And then when you don't want to do something, that's not the right track. And it's because I think this way because I just feel like time is so precious. And it should be spent in joy. So enjoying what we do is important. Now, when you're talking about a career path, for some people, they have to factor in things like what it pays, if it pays, things like that. But if you're talking about like a dream, dreams don't have to be attached to money. I'm lucky that I get paid for what it is I want to do. But, some people don't, but they still make a wonderful regular practice out of whatever art form or sport or I've talked about this before, side hustles they want to do. And it's like, find that thing. Ask yourself, how does this feel? And if it feels good, then I think that's the right track. And then if it doesn't feel good, then it's definitely not the right track. And I don't mean that discomfort that comes with stepping out of your comfort zone. And it's just like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I'm not used to it. You can feel you're not stupid. We're not stupid. None of us are stupid. We know the difference between growing pains and what they feel like. And this is making me miserable and it's tearing my life apart feeling. That's a different thing. That second one, that's the one we don't want to do. That first one, that's the one that might be leading you towards brand new experiences, brand new people, brand new joy. So that's what I have for you this afternoon. I'm going to do my best to post this today on the same day that episode 3 went out, I will be giving you episode 4. As I say it out loud, I know that's not going to happen. Because today is my boyfriend's birthday. And so we are going to go out for donuts. He wants donuts for his birthday. But no later than tomorrow afternoon. Definitely sometime within this same week. You're going to get this episode of Not So Average with Shon Wilson. Thank you so much for listening. For those of you who keep coming back to me, I appreciate very much your constant support. Please don't be silent. It helps me to know what to talk about if you tell me in the comments what you're interested in. Where do you feel stuck as someone who wants to try something different than what you've always done, or different than what your family and friends have told you you need to do, or that they think is the right thing to do? Speaking of, that's another thing that we can sometimes confuse as the right track. I know a girl who is from a family of teachers. And so she herself is a teacher, and she thinks she's supposed to be a teacher because she's from a family of teachers. Now, I don't mean to sound judgy, but that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I think that's stupid. In my family alone, I'll just focus on my sisters, not even bringing in my mom, but one of my sisters is a COO. She's very mathematically minded, very smart, very together, little miss do the right thing. She operates in one way. My other sister very naturally is a nurturer, a homemaker. She also works in a professional field. I don't even know how to describe what it is she does. I'm confused by what my baby sister does. All I know is she's really good at it and they pay her to do it. But on top of that, she's one of those people that, like, it's her nature to nurture her home and her family, her children, her husband. She's always making additions to the home on the exterior. She's got a garden that she tends. She makes food from scratch and all of that stuff. And then me, if you're brand new to me, you don't know. If you've known me for a while, you do know. I'm the creative one. I'm the artistic one. I sing, I act, I dance, I talk. I edit these things myself. I used to coach actors. I used to consult actors. And I love reading. So I say that to say all three of us are very differently oriented. When we were children, we were differently oriented. The baby loved science. My middle sister loved math, and I loved English and the arts. Now, my point is that everybody in a family is an individual. And so just because everyone in your family has a specific thing that they do, that doesn't mean you have to do that thing too. That sounds to me super stifling. I want to encourage everybody listening to take the time to explore. Try some things that you haven't done before, even if you don't end up sticking with it, and see how it goes. You might find a brand new passion. You might find something that was just fun that you had the experience of one day or one weekend or 1 month or during a seminar or whatever. But I personally wanted to find the right track as the track of expansion, the track of learning, the track of growing, the track of trying. I think that's the right track. Try some stuff. See how it works. Don't like it, throw it out, try something else. That's like my mantra right now. It's like, meh, stop. I mean, it's not really a mantra, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I hope this video finds you, particularly if you need it. Again, I thank you for watching. My name is Shon Wilson. I am an actress. There is a clip of me doing my thing right now. Aren't my theme songs fun? I found them at Purple Planet Music. You can find music for your projects there too. Just go to purple-planet.com. 3 are D's. And what is... Wow. An F.
Dr. K, why don't you just use one of my A+ samples and one of Lewis's A+ samples?
Well...
What?
Here's the thing. One of you produces all the A+ samples.
Well, Dr. K, who produced all the A+ samples?
You did, Lewis.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
I am kidding. Of course it was Wyatt. Did you see his sperm under that microscope?
I'm sorry, what kind of doctor are you?